tradition, passed down from generation to generation to generation. Family, brought together by every sprint, every drill, and every practice. Team, hundreds of hours spent in the gym, early mornings in the summer, late nights in the winter, falling short year after year in the sub-state championship. Seasons left unfinished.
Try me, boy. I be with my squad. Catching bodies, boy. Yo, we too deep, talking crazy. That'll get your murk. Coming down the hill, where we real and we getting turned. Turn up. Hit the field and we shut them down. Turn up. Turn that valley to a body town. Everybody going nuts. Yeah, we hitting hard and it's showing up. Offense, them boys, they going crazy. And the defense turning up. 300. Now we just ain't got no chill. You know we for real. We turn it when we hit the field. Everybody with us is real. And they going crazy like soon as we run down the hill. That's all you gonna hear when we knocking you out.
And welcome everyone to The Shed. Rusty Witcher with you here on the Swather Sports Network as we're getting closer and closer to tip-off of our girls' game tonight in the Hesston Winter Classic. And what an event this is. This is a great time of year. You're kicking off high school basketball at its purest form. Let's play some ball tonight. It's a full slate of action today. Tomorrow, in fact, too, here on the Swather Sports Network. Tonight, the Swathers host Garden Plain. Over at Hesston College, you have Rose Hill and Nickerson facing off. Tomorrow night, the Panthers of Nickerson, they'll slide over here to the Shed and the outbuildings, or the outbuildings I like to call the Ox Gym, while Garden Plain will go over and play Rose Hill tomorrow at Yost Center. What a time of year. It's a lot of fun here on the Swather Sports Network. It's a great event to come out and watch basketball. If you can't make it, we're glad you're joining us here on YouTube on the Swather Sports Network. So tonight's matchup, we'll be seeing the 1-1 Swathers hosting the 2-0 Garden Plain Owls. And the Owls, the key to the game tonight for the Owls, they want to match the Swathers' physicality. That is what head coach Cody Castleman told me a little bit before a game, and that's the key to tonight. Garden Plain coming into the game 2-0. They beat Wichita Trinity 54-38 in their first win, and picked up a win Tuesday night, 53-33 against Nickerson. Celia Pitts, she's the big gun for Garden Plain. She's averaging 14 points a game. Elena Hohazel coming in at 10.5 points per contest. The Swathers 1-1. They lost to Southeast to start the season in the power outage game. We're going to call it the night the lights went out up there in Southeast of Saline, 49-36. Quick story for that one, with about 2 minutes and change to go in the second quarter. The lights went out. The gym went dark. The school went dark. In fact, the southeast corner of Saline County went dark. Delay was going on. The athletic directors were coming together to figure out if they need to postpone, to move the venue, to do whatever. But they came together, and Kansas Wesleyan, to the rescue, said, come on over. So they loaded up the buses, went from Southeast to Saline to Kansas Wesleyan, and played the conclusion of the girls' game and the conclusion of the whole boys' game in the home of the Coyotes. So major props to Kansas Wesleyan for coming up big like that. It's what the small town, the community does to help each other out. We love to see that. So we'll take a quick look here at the starting lineups. Oh, I forgot to say, the Swathers, I did say they did lose 49-36 36 in the power outage game, but they did come up with the victory on Tuesday night, 55-16 over Rose Hill. So they're 1-1 on the season. Everybody looks healthy. Coach Richardson and his squad ready for tonight. Starting lineup for the Owls, number 2, a 5'7 senior in Riley Stolzotz. Number 5, a 5'5 senior in Maddie Rolfs. Number 10, a 5'7 senior in Celia Pitts. The big gun, number 35, a 5'7 senior in Molly Zogelman. And number 55, a 5'4 senior in Sydney Pitts. So a lot of options here for the Owls. We'll see what they do. They are coached by Cody Castle and assisted by Ann Holmes and Allie Schauf. The Swathers starting lineup tonight, number 3, a 5'10 sophomore, Kendall Brugan. Number 13, a 5'9 senior, Jillian Leas. Number 15, a 5'10 sophomore, Abby Proctor. Number 31, a 5'8 senior, Anna Humphreys. And number 34, a 5'9 senior, Carly Bartel. Swathers is coached by Matt Richardson, assisted by Kristen Barber and Kelsey Lautensock. This isn't just the only thing going on the Swather Sports Network this weekend. On Saturday, it's the Hesston Invitational Wrestling, and there will be matches streamed live here on the Swather Sports Network. So if you're a fan of those gladiators taking to the mats, tune in on Saturday as that game is being streamed all afternoon. All morning and into the afternoon. A lot of good things going on. We've got a lot of sponsors we'll get to, too. What fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to be the home opener here in the shed. Swathers are in their home. Nice new threads they're sporting this year. I love it. With the red numbers outlined in a little bit of black. They look great. I'm sure they look great on the feed. They do. Check the feed. They do. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have all kinds of good stuff going on. In a little bit, I think Lyle Graverson and the Hesston Pet Band, which is one of the top ones in the state. Call me a homer, call you what you will. They're good. They are good. They're going to play the national anthem, I think, here in a little bit. Boys' game is going to tip off here about 7:30 with the Swathers and the Owls. And both teams 1-1. Swathers dropped to number 6 in 3A. So that's where we are. It looks like we are going to get the national anthem perfect. So awesome. They're great, and we will turn it over to the Hesston High School Pet Band. And now we'll turn over to Katie Gaston and the starting lineup video for the Swathers. Okay. All right. So our starters being introduced. Again, the boys' game, that will start here about 7:30 roughly. And that'll be a matchup. The Swathers fell to number 6 in 3A after losing to number 2, Southeast of Saline. Southeast moved up to number 1 in that number 1 versus number 2 matchup to kick off the season. great way to start a season with such a good ball game. But then, like, head coach Garrett Roth, rookie head coach Garrett Roth, picked up his first win on Tuesday night. But we're back to girls basketball here. I got some stats here from Garden Plain. As the Owls come in, averaging 53.5 points a game. They grab 28 boards a game as well. As I'm taking a look here at the stats. Eli Roth will be joining me during the boys game, flying solo here tonight for our first one at home. As we're ready for action, Garden Plain in their road black, trimmed with gold numbers, trimmed a little bit of white. So we are excited for this contest. Tomorrow night, same idea. Swathers will play at 6 and 7:30 right here on the Swathers Sports Network. Again, we said the Swathers will hosting Nickerson, the Panthers, tomorrow as Garden Plain travels over to Yost Center and Hesston College for that first matchup. And we are ready for action here from the shed. And away we're going to go. Abby Proctor jumping center. She'll jump against Celia Pitts. Or check that ball. The jump was Jillian Lance. Swathers off the break in. Humphreys up to the rack and scores. And the Swathers strike first. Here come the Owls. Pitts with it. Sydney Pitts, that is, on the right side. Works over top of the circle. On top, Zogelman. Zogelman still working, trying to drive. Kicks out in the corner. And that ball goes right through the hands and out of bounds off of Celia Pitts. And the turnover giving the ball to the Swathers with 7:38 to go in our first quarter. Anna Humphreys will handle the point. She'll work them all up the floor. Garden Plain opening in the man-to-man defense. Check that. It is a sagging. It's almost, check that. It's a zone. It's almost a matchup zone. It looks like a man-to-man at start, but it is kind of a matchup zone. Abby Proctor with it back out on top. Humphreys dumps it down. Carly Bartell, short corner, works the low block. Bounces it back out, and finds Kendall Brugan. Jillian Lass eyed the jumper, changed her mind. Anna from straight away, she'll change her mind and back away. Abby Proctor one more time, down low. Carly Bartell goes to work, running hook shots up and up, over and good, and the Swathers lead 4-0. With just about a minute gone here in our first quarter. There's a volleyball stander right in the way of seeing the numbers, so I'm doing some creative bending to catch the amount of time left in the quarter as Pitts drives baseline, kicks it out on top. And Anna Humphreys takes it away and then is tied up. Possession arrow will stay with the Owls. So Garden Plain basketball coming out on the baseline as Stulsatz to toss it in and does. The jumper off the mark, and that rebound tipped out of bounds off of the Owls to the Swathers. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. Jillian Lass on top once again. Anna Humphreys, she'll work the point tonight primarily. And the senior crosses the timeline on top of the Swather at midcourt. Near side, Jillian Lass back to Humphreys here in the near corner. Anna on top, Abby Proctor. Proctor finds Brugan. They work it all the way around, working against this zone as Carly Bartell can't find the range. That tips out of bounds and off of Abby Proctor to the Owls with 5:07 to go. Sydney Pitts, she'll bring the ball to the floor for the Owls. And Pitts still on the near side, trying to drive. Kicks it in the corner, Stulsatz. On top, Rolfs. Rolfs, the leading three-point shooter so far in the early season for the Owls. That ball batted away, but reeled in by Stulsatz. In the corner, Zogelman. She'll drive baseline all the way in, kicks it back out. Rolfs launches the three, crawls off the rim, and the rebound can't be corralled by the Swathers. It's out of bounds back to the Owls. We're staying with the Owls. As Hoheisel checks in for the Owls, and Casey Mason in the game for the Swathers. Quick trigger off the inbounds. With 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Anna Humphreys one more time, bring the ball up the floor. Gives it Jillian Lance, or rather Kendall Brugan. On top, Abby Proctor. Works it down, that's swanked away by Pitts. Pitts snaps a pass ahead to a cutting Stulsatz, and they back it out. Backing down underneath as Celia Pitts sneaks her way in, and the Owls have their first bucket of the contest coming up the 5-minute mark. It's 4-2. Once again, here come the Swathers on the offensive. Anna Humphreys dumps it down. Abby Proctor goes up, has it blocked, gets it back. Proctor spins off the glass with the left hand, no good. That ball deflects off of Casey Mason and back to the Owls. Sydney Kaiser checking in the game for the Swathers. Claire Rolfs in the game for the Owls, as Thompson also checks into the contest. Rolfs eyes a three, changes her mind, backs out to Pitts. Near side, Thompson. As a guard plane working against the Swather pressure man-to-man. Thompson trying to drive, changing her mind, finds Hoheisel in the corner, and the Owls toss it away. Kiera Funk checking in the lineup for Hesston. With 4 and change to go in the first quarter, Swathers on top 4-2. Anna Humphreys, high post, Sydney Kaiser. Kendall Brugan launches a three, splash down for the three. And the Swathers extend the lead to 7-2. Under 4 to go in the first quarter. Pitts in trouble, hands off to Thompson. Thompson drives, pulls up from the short corner, and cans the jumper. Hayden Thompson's first bucket of the contest trims the lead to 3. Kiera Funk here in the near corner. And by near, I mean we're in the upper corner, and that ball stripped away. Kiera trying to save it, and does, but traveled or rolled out of bounds. The turnover giving the ball to the Owls. Zoglema checking back in the lineup for the Swathers, for the Owls, and Carly Bartel back in for the Swathers. 3:32 to go. As Garden playing with it. Working out on time. That one taken away by Anna Humphreys. Anna driving all the way down, trying to go coast to coast, trying to feed down low. Ball kicked. It stays with the Swathers at the 3:11 mark here in our first quarter. As Abby Proctor checks back in the lineup. Kendall taking a quick seat. Anna Humphreys bringing in from the baseline right below us almost. Finds Abby Proctor, the high arching jumper. It's a three, it's up, it's good. Put it in the book for Abby Proctor. And the Swathers now have reached double figures. They lead 10-4 as Proctor cans a three from the near corner. A timeout taken here, a 30-second timeout. It was a 30. Hey, Swather fans, thanks for choosing the Hesston Pharmacy. When you support your locally owned and operated pharmacy, you make it possible for us to pass on to Hesston kids with ads like this. Thank you, and go Swathers. 2:59 to go here, first quarter. Swathers 10, Owls 4. As we've had a back and forth quarter, teams they were feeling each other out for a little bit. And the Owls have the ball coming out of the timeout. Pitts with it, hands off Zogelman in the corner. Thompson backs it out on top. Maddie Rolfs. Far side, Zogelman. She'll try her hand at a three, a little long, and the rebound hauled in by Abby Proctor. Proctor trying to lead the break coast to coast ahead to Kira Funk. Down low, Carly Bartell up and under and good. Carly Bartell muscles up a bucket for two. She has 4 points to lead all scorers, and the Swathers lead 12-4. The jumper the other way, and Sydney Pitts cuts her way to two. No one stopped Pitts as she took the ball coast to coast and scored like the most. Anna Humphreys one more time backs out. Giving on top, Abby Proctor, and Garden Plain in this 2-3 or this matchup zone almost. Carly Bartell catching high post, goes low block, trying to wrap it around, and that is off of Bartell and out of bounds. Kendall Brugan checks back in the lineup for the Swathers. Here with 2:03 to go. As they'll work it, Owls working out on top. Swathers have been packing it in this man-to-man. Now it deflects off of Rolf's foot. She'll hand back to Pitts. Pitts looking to drive all the way down, pulls up from about 17, and that's a good-looking bucket for Sydney Pitts. Pitts cans the jumper. It's her second field goal of the contest. She has 4 now, and it's 12-8. Swathers by 4 with just under a minute and a half to go. Kendall Brugan wraps it back to Abby Proctor. Down low, Carly Bartell. Carly's pass is picked off by the Owls. Here come the Owls flying down the court. They give and go to Celia Pitts, and she scores. The leading scorer for Garden Plain now has her second field goal, and it's a 2-point Swather advantage on a quick 6-0 spurt here by the Owls. Jillian Lance looking to answer now. Or check that's Kendall Brugan to Abby Proctor. Back on top, Brugan with it. Kira Funk on the far wing. In the corner. Brugan tries a three. Put it in the book as Kendall Brugan cans the three. Her second three of the contest. She has a quick 6 points. And the Swather lead back to 5, 15-10. 30-some seconds to go here in our first quarter. That pass deflecting, Carly Bartell comes up with a loose ball. 20 on the clock. Ahead now, Kira Funk with 20 seconds. Her shot will not go. Kendall Bruger tracks the loose ball down, goes baseline. That ball deflecting, taken away by the Owls with 15 on the clock. Owls the other way, trying to answer quickly. Thompson backs it out. Zogelman, she'll try a three. That's well off the mark. That goes out of bounds with 7 seconds to go. As Riley Stolzholz and Maddie Rolfs check in. Anna Humphreys back in for the Swathers. 7 quick ticks to go before we'll go to our end of the quarter. Abby Proctor picks it up quickly. Anna Humphreys with 4, with 3 on top. Kendall from way downtown and crawls off. And we've played a quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the Swathers 15, the Owls 10. And we'll be back with ads right after this. We'd like to thank all of the Swather Sports Network sponsors that have supported us this year. We've been able to enroll more students in our programs and continue to create quality content largely because of your support. From all of us at Swather Sports Network, thank you. GLC Real Estate Services Incorporated, your only hometown real estate agency, is a proud sponsor of the Hesston Swathers. Call the GLC team for all of your real estate needs, 620-327-3100, or find us at GLC Real Estate on Facebook. Central Kansas Counseling, serving individuals, couples, families, and kids throughout the region. Central Kansas Counseling walks alongside you in the pursuit of living a more healthy, courageous, and authentic life. Call now to get started. Thank you to our ad sponsors. End of the first quarter, Swathers leading 15-10 here in what's going to be a pretty good game, I think. Kendall Brugan leading the way. She has 6 points, leads all scorers at this juncture. She's canned a couple threes. Be Hesston basketball to start our second quarter here from the Shed. I dig that. I dig calling it the Shed. Here we go. Anna Humphreys starting this off for the Swathers. Abby Proctor on the far side. Has it tipped away, gets it back. Garden Plain trying to extend this little 2-3 zone. It's, like I said, it's a matchup zone almost. As Abby Proctor working. And one of the ways to attack a matchup zone is you run your man-to-man offense. On top, Jillian Lance works at Abby Proctor. Give and go to Jillian, dumps it. Okay, tell me when we're good. Couple technical difficulties ironing out. Swathers leading 19-12. I did miss a Hesston bucket there as we were working on the technical difficulties. Anna Humphreys working straight away. Back on top. There's Abby Proctor trying to cut through, reels it in near side, backs out Kendall Brugan. There's Anna Humphreys. She'll try her hand at a three, and that off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by the Owls. Here comes Garden Plain trailing by 7. 30-second timeout taken. Rolling Wheels is a proud sponsor of the Swather Sports Network. Since 2016, Rolling Wheels has been your local pre-owned car dealer, and we're proud to help many Swathers get into their first ride. Call us or text us at 620-869-9982. Go Swathers. 5:31 to go here in our second quarter. Swathers leading by a touchdown, 19-12. I can say touchdown, still football season technically. It's both. We've got all kinds of good things happening in the sports world. So Swathers leading. It'll be Garden Plain basketball coming out of the timeout. And off and running we are. Sydney Pitts. Keys in on the far side. Giving to Rawls. Back on top, Zogelman. She's working straight away against the Swather pressure. Swings it over, Riley Stolzhout. Back on top, Niels working the basketball. As Pitts drives all the way in, her shot partially blocked. We've got the first foul of the game coming at the 6:07 mark, the 5:07 mark. Kira Funk picks up her first personal. First Swather team foul, first foul of the game, and the first free throws coming up for Sydney Pitts. Pitts' first free throw up and good. Second chance coming. That free throw too hard off the heel, and the rebound yanked down by Casey Mason. Casey with an aggressive rebound. Kira Funk here on the near side. Sydney Kaiser giving back on top. Swathers very patient, working for that shot against this. It is a matchup zone. Short corner, Casey Mason dumps down. Kendall Brugan off the glass, kissing it home. And Kendall now with 10. 21-13, Swathers by 8. 4.5 to go here in our second quarter. Rolf's working straight on top. Handing back Sydney Pitts. Pitts bounces short corner. Hoheisel on top. Stulsatz. Or check that, that's Rolf's. Zogelman dials up a three. Her three short. Rebound taken down by Casey Mason. Ahead to Kendall Brugan. Sydney Kaiser bounces back, gets kicked off and out of bounds by Sydney Pitts. Thompson and Celia Pitts checking back in for the Owls. And it looked like Abby Proctor snuck in, and she finds Carly Bartell short corner. The 12-footer up and good from the baseline. Carly Bartell breaking down the zone with the 12-foot jumper. Swathers lead by 10 at 23-13. Rolf straight away dumps it down. Celia Pitts. She'll give and go. Tie up. Possession will stay with the Owls on the second tie up already. 23-13. Swathers by 10. 3:44 to play in this quarter. Swathers come up with a steal. Ahead, there's Abby Proctor. Trying to get the ball down the court, and she just has her pocket picked cleanly by Sydney Pitts. Pitts, near side wing, backs out. Maddie Rolfs working straight away. Gives it Celia Pitts. Pitts trying to drive down low. Body up, gets it back to Rolfs, and a travel whistled on Garden Plain, and turnover giving the ball to the Swathers with 3:21 to go. Proctor finding Humphreys near side Bartell. Bartell works it back out. Abby Proctor plays it. Anna Humphreys, a three from the near corner. That crawls off. Tracked down the far corner by Thompson. Ahead, Maddie Rolfs down low. Hoheisel slipped behind the defenders, has her shot blocked. But Abby Proctor, after getting the loose ball, stepped out of bounds. Zogelman and Maddie Rolfs back in the game. Jillian Lance returning for the Swathers. 2:54 to go here in our second quarter. Out on top, they work it to Sydney Pitts. In the corner, Maddie Rolfs. Down low, they try to get the ball down to Celia Pitts, and it's stripped away by Abby Proctor. Proctor finding Kira Funk here on the near side. Swathers again. Bouncing out the ball, deflecting out, and that was read almost perfectly by Sydney Pitts, but she just couldn't reel it in. As that ball out of bounds. Staying with Hesston. Stulsatz checking back in. Anna Humphreys to bounce in from the baseline. Looking and finds Abby Proctor. Swathers have worked the ball to the top against the zone and then are trying to cut and back cut the zone to death in this matchup zone. Swathers toss it away. Oh, they say it was tipped. Okay, Swathers may have gotten a break with that one. Carly Bartell backs out Anna Humphreys. She thought about the three. She'll drive all the way inside. Scoop shot, up, in and out. Carly Bartell, offensive stick back up and good. Carly Bartell now with 8. And the Swathers lead at 25-13. Celia Pitts, excuse me. There's a blocking foul charge to Abby Proctor. Only the second foul called in this first half. .147 to go here in the second quarter. 25-13. Back door, and stepping out of bounds was Riley Stulsatz. So a turnover by Garden Plain, giving the ball back to the Swathers with 1:37 to go. Carly Bartell, the scoop shot up and no good. Rebound Abby Proctor. Her second attempt will not go, but there's a foul on the rebound, and it will be charged to Kendall Brugan. Kendall picks up her third personal foul. Or excuse me, her first personal foul, the third team foul. Got a little bit of an issue we're trying to work through here, so bear with us. Shot will not go, and the rebound tipped around, and it will stay with the Owls of Garden Plain. Maddie Rolfs down low. Celia Pitts cuts her way inside. And the 5'7" senior plays bigger than that. She has 6 points all from inside. It's a 10-point Swather lead, 25-15 with 30 seconds, a little bit changed left. And there's the first foul of the contest to charge against Garden Plain against Maddie Rolfs. She'll pick up her first. Obviously the team's first. Anna Humphreys checking in the game. Sydney Kaiser back in as well for the Swathers. Kendall Brugan stepping through, and there's another foul on Garden Plain. That foul charged to Riley Stulsatz. She'll pick up her first, team's second. Carly Bartell backs it out. Carly on top. Anna checks that clock. And wants to set, and it looks like they want to hold for one. Anna Humphreys handing off. Sydney Kaiser give and go. Humphreys at the short corner. Swathers reset. 10 on the clock, 9 now. Kendall Bruger on the far side. Clock winding down. Kendall driving. Scoop shot will not go. There's a foul with 0.7 of a second to go. And the Swathers will shoot their first free throws with 0.7 to go. And Bergen at the free throw line, her first trip. And the first free throw, nothing but net for the sophomore. 11 points by my count for Bergen. Make it 12 as she's good on both free throws. Swathers leading, and we're going to the half. We plan a half. Swathers lead 27-15. We'll be back with the start of the second half right here on the Swathers Sports Network. And welcome back here to the Shed. The Swathers and the Owls getting set for the second half. Swathers leading 25-15. Quick recap of the scoring here for the Owls. Maddie Rolfs with 2, Celia Pitts with 6, 5 for Sydney Pitts, and 2 for Hayden Thompson. On the other side of things, the Swathers led in scoring by Kendall Brugan. She has 12 points to lead the way, 10 for Carly Martell, 3 for Abby Proctor, and 2 for Anna Humphreys. Off we go, running in our second half. Swathers with the lead, the 12-point advantage, and the basketball to start things off as Kendall Brugan cuts the basket and off the window, up and good, and Brugan now with 14 points. As she has almost single-handedly outscored Garden Plain herself in this contest. Pitts to answer back for the Owls. She'll spin her way down low, working out Riley Stolzhauts. Stolzhauts, entry pass Zogelman. Zogelman works it away, far side. That ball deflecting. Pitts with it. Celia Pitts, that is, back on top, Sydney Pitts. Down low, that pass is picked off by Carly Bartell, and here come the Swathers with the 14-point advantage. Swathers working against this. Now, Garden Plain has changed to a man-to-man as Abby Proctor off the window, off the mark. Rebound yanked down by Sydney Pitts. She'll fly down the court. Pitts works it away, straight on top. Plays it over to Celia Pitts on the baseline. Celia Pitts, the leading scorer for Garden Plain, going to work low block. Kicks it back out, works it on top. Rolfs eyed the 3. Her scoop shot, though, she cuts her way to 2. Not that good. Her second bucket of the contest, I should say. Excuse me, and it's 29-17 with 6.5 to go. Kendall Brugan misses from short range. Rebound pulled down by the Owls as Pitts ahead. Rolfs, she'll try the 3. It crawls off this side of the rim, and the rebound right in the hands of Kendall Brugan. Outlet pass, Anna Humphreys down the court. Humphreys low block, swings it back out. Abby Proctor eyed the 3, changes her mind, and the Swathers reset. Swathers trying to get the advantage on the break. Didn't have it, back it away. And there's a foul whistled. Foul charge to Celia Pitts. Pitts picks up her second personal foul. And I don't think I've ever seen a girls' high school basketball game that only had 6 total fouls, 3 by each squad, in a half. Kendall Brugan drives down low. She's tied up. Possession error will go to the Owls. Active hands on the defensive front there by the Owls. Forces the Hesston turnover. And the Owls come away with the basketball. Sydney Pitts driving all the way in. Nice little crossover move. Goes in, has it blocked by Kiera Funk. Kiera said, not in my shed. And kicks out on the far side. Anna Humphreys goes to work down low. Humphreys, jumper, will not drop. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Garden Plain. Owls working here. Dump down pass. Celia Pitts muscled the shot up and in. Celia Pitts with 8 points now. Celia Pitts, the 5'7" senior, plays bigger than 5'7". You cannot teach someone to go play bigger than what they are. Anna Humphreys drives in, the jumper up and good. Anna Humphreys with her second field goal, she has 4. I guess you can teach them, but it's really tough. Thompson gives it up Pitts. Nice dribbling to save the possession by Celia Pitts. Zogelman drives the baseline. She's bumped, and a foul will go against Kendall Brugan, and Brugan picks up her second personal. Team's first here with 4:40 to go in our third quarter, and the Swathers with the 12-point advantage. Casey Mason, Sydney Kaiser, and Abby Proctor all back into the game for the Swathers. Sydney Pitts with it, working straight away. Pitts trying to drive, kick out, pass on the far side. Shot up and in off the glass by Maddie Rolfs. Rolfs with her second field goal of the quarter. 6 now for the game for Rolfs. And the Owls have trimmed the lead down to 10, 31-21 with 4:18 to go. Far side, Anna Humphreys has it go right through the wickets, but she reels it in. Garden playing back to their matchup zone. Kira Funk, near side wing, looking down low. There's Casey Mason, turnaround from the elbow, up and good. And Casey Mason has the first Swather basket from the bench on the evening, and it's 33-21. As Al's trying to answer back. Rolf swings it over Thompson. Thompson drives the baseline. All the way in, kicks out. Sydney Pitts dials up from the three-point corner here. Garden Plain has yet to hit a three, and the Swathers turn the basketball over on the fast break. Stuhlsatz checking back in the lineup for the Owls. Quick inbounds play on top. Rolf's with it. Given, and that is nearly stripped away. Working it back on top. Riley Stuhlsatz has her stripped away. Abby Proctor keeping it alive. Abby Proctor driving down low, and a blocking foul against Garden Plain on the run out. Foul charge to Thompson. Thompson picks up her first personal foul. Second Owl team foul in the third quarter. Quick off the inbounds play. The three is short, and the rebound is hauled in by Garden Plain. Hoheisel with the clear out. Ahead to Rolfs in the corner. Maddie Rolfs, that is. She'll drive baseline all the way down, kicks out in the corner. On top. As Thompson drives in, she's tied up. And Rolfs, that is Claire Rolfs driving in. Tied up, possession to the Swathers as Carly, Kendall, and Jillian all check back in. I knew there was a third, and they disappeared. .252 to go here in our third quarter. Swathers on top, 33-21. Abby Proctor near side, Kira Funk. Kira, and an offensive foul will go against the Swathers. Carly Bartel picks up the foul. Carly with her first personal foul, second team foul on the Swathers. 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. High post, Hoheisel. Kicks out a three, let fly, and that crawls out, bounces out a little strong off the heel. Swathers with the rebound. Proctor setting up the offense. Jillian Lance straight away. Down low, Carly Bartel goes to work, steps through, clears it out, and clears the lane. Leas again, entry pass down low. Bartel one more time. Trying to get it out, and they're going to catch Carly Bartel for getting 3 seconds as she was parked in the lane, couldn't find anyone. Good defense by the Owls to force the turnover. Anna Humphreys checking into the game for the Swathers. And the Swathers still nursing this 12-point lead with 1:50 to go. Sydney Pitts, she tries her hand at a three. It is deflected out of bounds on the defensive end by Garden Plain. So the ball going to the Swathers. Down low, pass deflecting. And Abby Proctor scoring. Right place, right time for Abby. And the Swathers back in front by 14, 35-21. 1:19 to go here in this third period. On the far side, Zogelman dumps it down to Pitts. It's deflecting. Pitts with a save attempt. Ball loose on the floor. Abby Proctor had it. Last touch by Garden Plain. It goes to the Swathers as Casey Mason checking in. Elena Holheisel checking in for the Owls. Zogelman takes a seat. Anna Humphreys bringing the ball up the floor for the Swathers. Working straight away. Humphreys drives baseline, cut off. Anna on top as they work it near side Kendall Brugan. Brugan driving all the way in. She is bumped with a forearm shiver. Foul charge to Riley Stulsatz, and that is Riley Stulsatz's second personal foul. Third foul on the Owls here with 44 seconds left. Down low, give and go, and Jillian Lass up and good. Jillian Lass scores her first field goal of the contest. 37-21. Pitts the other way, yanks the ball away from Swather defenders. And that one deflects out of bounds off of the Swathers, staying with the Owls as Maddie Rolfs has it deflected. Kick out on top, Pitts with it. Sydney Pitts to Celia Pitts. Far corner, they'll snap it back on top. Sydney Pitts with it. Pitts backing now, trying to drive, dishing to Celia Pitts. Out of three from the near side, that is short off the side of the rim. Rebound, Anna Humphreys. Humphreys racing down the floor, trying to beat the clock, and has her pocket nearly picked by Pitts. And with 5.5 seconds to go, it's Swather basketball. Hayden Thompson checking in for Garden Plain. Anna Humphreys will toss it in from the baseline, still looking and lobbing on top. Kendall Brugan. Brugan drives in the runner, and they're going to catch Brugan for the travel with just 3 seconds to go. So Pitts will give the desperation heave, checks the clock, and drives down, the clock expiring in the quarter. We've played three. Swathers lead 37-21. Special thank you to our cheerleaders. Our cheerleaders, Olivia Arnold, Katie Bowles, Lily Smith, Elena Tozier, Abry Hoskinson, Maddie Tozier, Abby Miller, and Kylie Kluver, and cheerleader advisor, Kayla Ledford. They do a great job trying to keep the crowd pumped up, so major props to the Swather Spirit Squad. As we're heading into our fourth quarter, and the Swathers leading 37-21 here from the Shed. I embrace that name of this gymnasium, the Shed. We're going to start calling it the Ox Gym instead of the Outbuilding. That's what I recommended. No one's going to listen, but that's fine. Garden Plain basketball to start our fourth and final frame here from the Shed. Celia Pitts tosses into Sydney Pitts, and off we roll. Swathers have stayed in man-to-man this entire game. Trying to isolate Pitts. As the long three in and out. The rebound up and good for Elena Hoheisel. Hoheisel came to the game averaging 10.5 points a game. That's her first basket of the contest. Carly Bartell, short corner, low block. Working on the far side. And they go down low as Proctor is pushed, and Abby will head to the stripe for some throws. Celia Pitts picks up her third personal foul, the Owls' leading scorer. And that sends the sophomore Abby Proctor to the free throw stripe. Her first chances at charity tosses, and the first one is off the side of the rim. Second attempt upcoming for the sophomore. It is up and it is good. Proctor knocks down 1 of 2. 6 now for Abby Proctor. And the Swathers leading by 15 here on our 4th period. Hoheisel swings it over. A 3 is off the mark. The lid's still on the bucket for the Owls from distance. There's an offensive stick back and a foul, and Celia Pitts will head to the stripe to shoot 2. Foul charge of Carly Bartell. Carly picks up her 2nd personal foul. So Celia Pitts at the free throw line. And her first free throw good. She came into the night shooting 75% from that free throw stripe, 6 of 8. Now she's 7 of 10, 7 of 9. So it goes up. That 2nd free throw calls in. Celia Pitts now 8 of 10. A full timeout coming up. The Bradbury Group is a proud supporter of Hesston High School athletics. Bradbury is a family-owned custom equipment manufacturer headquartered in Mound Ridge. They are currently hiring for entry-level and advanced manufacturing careers. Bradbury's family environment, variety and challenging work, opportunities to advance, and great benefits are unmatched. To learn more, visit BradburyGroup.com. So we're in the fourth quarter here. The Swathers leading by 13, 38-25. Swathers have kept the leading scores of Celia Pitts and Elena Hoheisel in check tonight. Pitts now has 10, Pitts has 10. Hoheisel, though, with only 2. Pitts came into the contest averaging 14 points a game, and Hoheisel came in averaging 10.5. So the plan was to keep the leading scorers from the Owls in check, and the Swathers have done that. Head coach Matt Richards is going to have to be pleased with the way his defense has kept the 2-0 Owls in check. Swather basketball coming out of timeout. Now Garden Plain showing some full court pressure. More or less token pressure as they back off, and more than a full court man-to-man. Abby Proctor back on top to Anna Humphreys. Humphreys looking to drive. Humphreys kicks it out far side. And nobody home as the Swathers toss the ball away. (38-25). Oh, I guess that was tipped. Excuse me, I didn't see the tip. Swathers retaining possession. Anna Humphreys driving baseline. Kendall Brugan wraps it back, but a foul before the travel. Foul charge to Maddie Rolfs, and Maddie Rolfs picks up her 2nd personal foul. 5th team foul. Abby Proctor works it, backing away. Finding Kendall Brugan. Brugan on the far side. Brugan driving all the way in. The wild scoop shot draws a foul, and Kendall will head to the stripe and shoot 2. Elena Hoheisel picks up her first personal foul. Brugan at the free throw line to shoot 2. And the first free throw spinning home for the sophomore. And a second chance upcoming. Brugan's second free throw is in and out. And the rebound hauled down by Hoheisel. Here come the Owls back the other way. Sydney Pitts with it, working out on top, giving it down low. Hoheisel, low block, stripped away, and Humphreys in a battle for it. Celia Pitts ties her up. Possession arrow going to the Swathers. Casey Mason, Kira Funk, and Sydney Kaiser all checking in the game for the Swathers. Both teams have gone about 8 deep tonight. 6:02 to go here in our final period, and Swathers in front by 14. Full court pressure being applied here. Sydney Kaiser trying to get the ball across, and the Swathers cannot. The 10-second call on the Swathers. Sydney Pitts to bring it in. And a 5-second call as the Garden Plain turns it over. Swathers with it as Anna Humphreys moves it into the front court. Brugan spins it back out to Humphreys. Funk now working as Garden Plain pushing the Swathers away. Anna has her pass picked off. And then Kendall Brugan has it stripped away. The ball last touched by the Owls. It will stay with the Swathers. Rolfs, Stulsatz, and I think Zogelman also checked in there. Anna Humphreys working, crossing that timeline. Giving off Kira Funk. Back here on Humphreys. Swathers very patient with the lead. Anna Humphreys driving. And a foul whistled as the foul charge to Celia Pitts. Pitts picks up her fourth personal foul. Anna Humphreys will head to the stripe and shoot a 1-and-1. Hoheisel checking back in the game. Free throw is short by Humphreys. Rebound pulled down by Hoheisel, but Casey Mason comes from behind and strips it away. Mason giving back to Funk. Funk on the far side. Anna Humphreys now on the wing. Free throw line extended. Elbow down low. Casey Mason's shot is blocked by Hoheisel. Hoheisel's tied up, and a foul will be charged against the Swathers on the defensive rebound. Casey Mason whistled for the contact. She picks up her first personal foul and the fourth team foul on the Swathers. Zogelman bounces it near corner to Rolfs. Claire Rolfs, that is. Cindy Pitts with the far side wing. They work it down low. The jumper will not go, and the rebound pulled down by the Swathers. Swathers very patient here with 4:06 to play. Here come the Owls the other way after the Swather turnover. And return the favor, Anna Humphreys with active hands. And the foul charge to Molly Zogelman. Zogelman picks up her first personal foul. And Anna Humphreys will shoot a 1-on-1. So Humphreys' second trip to the line tonight. Maddie Rolfs and Celia Pitts return to the lineup for Garden Plain as Humphreys at the free throw stripe, and her first free throw is good. Humphreys now with 5 points on the night. A chance to make it 6. That one drops home. So 6 for Anna Humphreys, and the Swathers lead by 16, 41-25. Near side, Stulsatz. Backing out on top, Maddie Rolfs. Rolfs plays it, Celia Pitts, high post. Sydney Pitts trying to drive in traffic. The runner up and good for Sydney Pitts. And Pitts will head to the free throw line with the chance for the 3-point play. Kira Funk picks up her second foul. The free throw will not go, but we're going to wipe it away. There's a lane violation that have never happened. It's a redo, a basketball redo. The second free throw will not drop. And a battle for the rebound. And it's off of Garden Plain back to the Swathers with 3:35 to play. Kendall Brugan checking back in the lineup. Anna Humphreys takes a seat. As Celia Pitts comes up with a steal. And last touch by Abby Proctor. Sydney Pitts goes down low. Celia Pitts catching down low. And she is fouled. And Celia Pitts will head to the stripe and shoot 2 more free throws. And the foul charge at Kendall Brugan. And Kendall picks up her 3rd personal foul. Free throw in and out for Pitts. The second free throw on the way and rally home. Pitts makes good on 1 of 2. 11 now for Pitts. Timeout taken. So 3:23 to go here in our 4th quarter. Receive a minimum scholarship package of 65% of tuition, a discount over $19,000 per year at Hesston College when you meet the following criteria. Graduate from a high school within a 50-mile radius of Hesston College, live on campus, and meet admissions acceptance standards. With your discount, you're guaranteed to pay less than the average price of KU, K-State, and Wichita State. Hesston College, start here, go everywhere. 3:23 to go. Swathers leading 41-28. Still a lot of time in this basketball contest. And Abby Proctor to toss it in here for the Swathers. The nifty little inbounds play is deflecting by and stolen away by Garden Plain. A 3 will not drop, and Garden Plain has not made a 3 tonight. And the defense clear out by the Swathers. So these Owls have struggled from distance. The Swathers turn it over. Sydney Kaiser checking in the lineup for the Swathers. Sydney Pitts with it, working on top. Zogelman. A 3 from the near side. That one's short. Rebound, stick back, scoop shot, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Jillian List, and she's tied up but fouled. And the foul will be charged to Stulsatz, Riley Stulsatz, with her 3rd personal foul. Kendall Brugan at the free throw line. Her first free throw up and good. Second chance on the way. Free throw good by Brugan. She knocks down both free throws. 17 for Kendall Brugan. And the Swathers force the turnover. Swathers run the inbounds play. Scoop shot by Brugan will not go. And Garden Plain to toss it in. The ball deflecting from the Swathers. $43-28 our score. 2:47 to play. As Garden Plain with the basketball. There's a arm bar foul against the Swathers. Sydney Kaiser picks up her first personal foul. The free throw by Zogelman, spinning off, rebound tipped, and out of bounds. Off of Garden Plain, it goes to the Swathers with 2:39 to go. That ball stripped away by the Owls. The long two by Zogelman will not drop. Rebound tipped and out of bounds. Maddie Rolfs at the free throw line to shoot two. Free throw on the way. It is up, it is good. Rolfs knocks down the free throw, even though Carly Bartell was in wailing, Carly laughing about it because she knew she'd tumbled just a little bit. Doesn't matter. Free throw was good. Second chance, off the heel, up and good. Rolfs knocks down both free throws. 8 for Rolfs. 2:27 to play. Abby Proctor bring the ball up the floor. Proctor giving up, and that goes right through the hands of Anna Humphreys. Tipped off of Garden Plain. It stays with the Larks. It stays with the Swathers. Jillian Leas gives it back to Anna Humphreys. Swathers content to run a little clock with a 13-point lead. And just over 2 and change to go. Anna Humphreys trying to drive. Stripped through, reeled in by Abby Proctor. Looked like a game of croquet for just a second. We've got a timeout upcoming. 30-second timeout taken by the Swathers. KSI Realty. Rachel Burge and Brendan Nebel focus on relationships going beyond the sale. Let this KSI team show you proven results up and down the I-35 corridor. Hashtag sold by KSI. Guys, game to start about 15 minutes or so after the conclusion of this one. We'll take a really quick break, get everything set up. Eli Roth's going to join me for the second game as we figured a couple things out with the sound and everything going on. There's a couple settings that we were kind of playing with. It's been a hectic week here for students and the Swather Sports Network trying to get everything up and running in this Hesston Winter Classic. Spectacular tournament environment. Love this. I wish the school would host all 3 games. That'd be a lot of fun to do and bring those all along. Played a lot, been all over doing a lot of games over the years in the preseason tournaments. There's a lot of fun, a lot of great places I've been to. Treated like royalty with radio, but great to be at my alma mater and being a part of the Swather Sports Network here as we're heading to our final 154. Anna Humphreys here on the near side working with it, giving off straight away. And the runner by Abby Proctor. Foul whistle on the Owls. Celia Pitts fouling out for Garden Plain. She finishes her night with 11 points. And Abby Proctor at the free throw line that is nothing but the bottom of the net for the sophomore. the second free throw coming up here for Proctor. A clean swish. Abby Proctor with nothing but net. Proctor now with 8 points on the evening. Zogelman, the three, will not drop, and the drought continuing for Garden Plain from deep. The Owls have yet to hit a three-pointer. Scoop shot too far underneath, but Maddie Rolfs gets a rebound. That's deflecting out of bounds. It goes off of the Swather, staying with Garden Plain. A minute 26 remaining here in this contest. Zogelman working far side. Giving off Pitts the jumper. Off the mark. Rebound pulled down Carly Bartell. Now the Owl defense swarming or flocking. I don't even know what the scientific grouping of a group of Owls are. They force the Swather turnover. .45-30 with a minute to go in this contest. Maddie Rolfs is fouled by Anna Humphreys, and Anna will pick up foul number 1. Rolfs at the free throw line to shoot 2. After first half where we saw 3 fouls by either team total, 6 for the first half, we've seen a lot more fouls here in the second half. 19, in fact. I can add quickly in 10 and 9. Rolfs spins the first free throw home. Her second chance up and good. Rolfs has hit double figures tonight. She has 10. 45-32. 53 seconds to go. And Abby Proctor bringing the ball on the floor. That's taken away by Thompson. Thompson dishes Pitts. Pitts, runner off the glass, will not go. Rebound. Anna Humphreys has it, tears it away, and both players go to the floor. And we've had bodies everywhere. Looks like both players are okay. They hit the ground hard. Shook me to the core. Maddie Rolfs pleading her case, saying, fouled? Rolfs picks up her third personal foul. And Anna Humphreys back at the free throw line to shoot 2. Humphreys free throw. Up and good. Humphreys free throw up and good. Humphreys makes good on both free throws. Anna with 8 for the contest. 47-32. The three up and good. Finally, Garden Plain connects on a 3 with just about 25 seconds to go. They were ice cold from deep, but the Owls finally put a 3 in the book. However, it's going to be too little too late as this clock winding down on a Swather victory. The Swathers leading by 12. Now Hesston will move to 2-1. Garden Plain will drop to 2-1. And the Swathers pick up the win. Do some quick tallying here really quickly. Just bear with me doing some quick math. Celia Pitts leading the way. 11 points for the Garden Plain senior. 10 for Maddie Rolfs. 7 for Sydney Pitts. 3 for Molly Zogelman. 2 for Elena Hoheisel. 2 for Hayden Thompson for Garden Plain. Scoring on the other side of things, Kendall Brugan leading the way with 17 points. 10 for Carly Bartell on the first half. 8 for Abby Proctor, 8 for Anna Humphreys, 2 for Jillian Lance, and 2 for Casey Mason. That's going to do it for us for the girls' game. We'll be back with the start of the guys' game just in a bit. You're watching the Swather Sports Network.